Hey guys, Luton here, and there is so much going on right now. We've got Battlefield coming up, we've got Overwatch beta is going on right now, and then we've had this Dawn of War 3 trailer drop as well. Now you guys know I am a massive Warhammer 40,000 fan. I could not be happier that this game is coming up, and the trailer looks absolutely awesome. So if you haven't seen the trailer, I'm going to play it for you right now, put it on HD, put it full screen, turn the volume up. It's an amazing trailer, and then we're going to talk very briefly just about my thoughts on it. We don't have tons of information. There was a great PC Gamer article. They are the only ones that I know of so far who've actually really seen or had any information about it. I'm not going to go into a massive amount of detail right now. I'm going to do some further thoughts, break down, write it up, and get back with another video weekend start next week. But for now, we'll just have some really initial quick thoughts about it. So here's the trailer.
In darkness, I shall be light. In times of doubt, I shall keep faith. In throes of rage, I shall hone my craft. In vengeance, I shall have no mercy. In the midst of battle, I shall have no fear. In the face of death, I shall have no remorse.
Okay, so that was your trailer for Dawn of War 3. I think you'd be hard pushed to describe it as anything other than fucking epic. It's absolutely awesome. This trailer is just so emotion evoking, and you know, I've got to tell you, I've got a bit of a bias because I love 40k. I've loved it for 20 years, so I love all of this universe. But you know, let's think about a few things in there. So we're going to have a Space Marine campaign, we're going to have an Orc campaign, we're going to have an Eldar campaign. There's some new things that they've thrown in there. So we've obviously got the kind of larger monstrous creature style characters. So you've got like the Titans, okay, so you've got like the Knights, and then you've got the Eldar Wraith Knight. They're not really Titans per se, I suppose, because the Imperial Knights, they're not really Titan scale, but they are a monstrous sized creature nonetheless. We haven't seen what we'll get for Orcs there. Obviously there's you could speculate about what there would be there. But nonetheless, you're going to have these larger style characters which have not really been included in the game before. That's really exciting, and it makes a lot of sense as well, because those are actually used in the 40k tabletop game now, as they were not for quite some time. So now that they actually have those in real life in the game, it makes sense to have them actually in the video game as well. They've made some changes apparently to the way the game is set up and the way it plays. They wanted it to be more accessible, so some people are talking about the way that they've simplified it. Now, whenever people talk about simplifying things, that's a cause for concern, because people worry that what that means is that they have dumbed it down a lot or made it too simple, and therefore it's going to either kind of open up to too many people that are going to spoil things, or that it's just kind of dumbed it down to the point where it doesn't get that same kind of skill gap, that learning curve that people really value. Now, I don't interpret that this is actually the way it is. I don't think that it's a bad thing. I think what they've wanted to do is make it kind of more easy for people to understand what is actually happening on the battlefield, because sometimes there can be a lot of things going on. It can be a bit confusing. Actually, not so much in Dawn of War 2, but 1 for sure. And so I think what they've tried to do is, from what I could gather from the PC Gamer article, it's more to do with some of the aesthetics, the way in which lasers and certain weapon variations look differently, so you can tell what is happening on the battlefield, make better decisions about where to move units, what you might need to bring up, and so on and so on. Obviously you can do this visually by identifying units, but kind of I got the feel that they've tried to sort of push that side of things. Also, they've reverted back to the original Dawn of War 1 base building style. I think a lot of people will like that, so that's a really good thing to have in there. There's a lot of unknowns. There are some screenshots that I'll just throw in here at the end that have come from the PC Gamer article, and those show the kind of art style they've gone with. Now, a lot of people might be surprised, because Warhammer 40,000 is quite a dark, visceral, gritty environment and universe. It's a really sort of dark, as you see right here on screen right now. It's a bloody, dark, nightmarish world. But they've actually gone for quite bright, fresh, sort of very clearly defined colours for the units. The reason that I think they've done this is to help identify a little bit more with the tabletop version of things. So the tabletop models are obviously going to be quite clean and vibrant in colour, and you get that kind of impression. So it has that vibe to it of a kind of tabletop fantasy game, right? When you actually look at some of the models here, we can see that the Eldar have got a grav tank. You see the Titan. The Space Marine models here have got a character. He's got what looks like a power hammer in there. Some Space Marine Terminators, some Assault Marines, all the standard stuff. What look like Wraith Guard for the Eldar, and some Guardians and so on. That's a grav tank. There is an Eldar Falcon. Okay, but if you notice, just at the Eldar front line on the top left side there, you'll actually see that what looks like one of the Eldar Wraith Guard is sort of he's been destroyed, killed, and you can see that his armor has kind of broken apart. So although we haven't got any live footage right here, what you can maybe deduce from that is that when the characters get killed, their armor and so on is going to fall apart. Okay, so or they're going to crash and burn. You can also see some dead Space Marines here. So what we have seen with previous Dawn of War is that the characters and the models, when they actually get killed or they're in combat, they will actually have kind of character animations. So they won't just kind of stand there and smash against each other and then fall down or disappear. Okay, they'll actually kind of battle as they would maybe in an actual fight, and that's really, cool and awesome to watch. So I think that's what we're going to see, and it'll be really amazing when we see kind of like Titans, the big models, actually battling together. On this one, you can see they've got some Eldar Vipers. Those are the smaller grav vehicles you can see on the right hand side, and the two grav tanks they have are fire prisms, not falcons, and again slightly different weapon type, so that's pretty interesting as well. Space Marines have got like a dreadnought coming up in the back. It's all pretty standard stuff. And what also look like some Reapers on the right hand side there. So the Eldar got a really nice variation of units. There's the Banshees in there and all the rest of it. You can also see some blood effects coming in, so it's cool that they've added that in as well. It's all looking really nice, but we really need some sort of further details, further information. The PC Gamer article has a lot of information, so I'm going to go and look at that. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to sort of pull together my thoughts about it. But so far I'm really liking the look of Dawn of War 3. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing if they simplify some elements, and also from what I've heard, they maybe looking at kind of pushing a slight Company of Heroes vibe to that gameplay. But again, we haven't seen anything of that yet, so it's all speculation. We need to really get some live gameplay, and I really look forward to hearing more about the game. Tell me your thoughts, guys, about Dawn of War 3 down below. If you've never played the game before, I would suggest checking out Dawn of War 2 and Dawn of War 1. I know that there are, of course, some mods in there as well that people really love on Dawn of War, the first version, like the Apocalypse. So there's all that stuff to look at as well. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll be keeping you up to date with Dawn of War 3 because I'm very much looking forward to it, and I cannot wait to play. Also, I'm well aware that there was some other 40k stuff going around here. We've got Space Hulk Deathwing. That looks absolutely epic. I haven't talked about it, but I will because it looks amazing. There's also Battlefleet Gothic. I've wanted to talk about it. I've wanted to cover it. I have not had the time. I am so stretched for time right now. It's very difficult for me to talk and do everything that I want to do. I'm trying my best to kind of crack through all the things I've got to talk about, but honestly, there is so much going on, and I have not got the time to kind of cover everything as much as I want. So I'm trying really hard to bang out the videos, but I'm burning the candle at both ends. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, drop a like, tell me your thoughts. I'll see you next time.